Hi, I'm Joey Alarilla, the multimedia editor of Inquirer.net.
And I'm Lawrence Casiraya. I'm also a reporter for Inquirer.net.
And we're here in Ortigas Center with HappySlip, Christine Gambito, Filipino-American video blogger who is, of course, very familiar with thousands of fans of our YouTube videos. Welcome to the Philippines, Christine.
Oh, thank you for having me here. I love to be here.
How is it when you arrived here yesterday? How did you feel finally, going back to the Philippines?
It was emotional. Well, I was 1 year old, so when I was here last, so this counts as my first experience. That's how I count it. So I just felt I haven't even seen anything yet. I haven't really seen the beaches and the.
Exactly.
But that's not the point. The point is coming and just getting to be in the environment that my parents grew up in, my heritage is. That's what hit me. That's what struck me. And thinking of what they had to leave, what they had to sacrifice, and so that kind of all just culminated, came together, and that's what really just sort of, I'm here. The dream is coming true for them and for me,
Okay. I mean, you said your parents were from Nueva Ecija.
My dad, Nueva Ecija, Muñoz.
You have any plans of going there?
Yes, that's going to be towards the end of the leg of the trip. We're going to go to Nueva Ecija.
Could you briefly recount how you were approached by the DOT to become the ambassadress for North America?
Yes, Ed Mappa just simply emailed me, and I was like, "You're kidding! No! Talking about a trip to the Philippines." So it was as simple as that. Just kind of throwing out an idea, and I just jumped at it. Really.
So he saw your videos on YouTube.
Right. He said he told us yesterday that he was really watching and staying tuned for about a year already. So about 4 months in the making, we've been planning this thing. So.
And of course, I saw your video announcement, of course, on Rever, and you were like, I'm pretty sure a lot of people, well, we saw them, outside. You are like a YouTube celebrity, and all the photo ops and everything. When you were starting out, did you imagine, you would like someday become an ambassadress and get to go here to the Philippines?
Nope. In fact, I was, I hoped that people would understand the humor in which I was relating the Filipino experience, Filipino-American experience, or even just a culture clash, growing up in America and having Filipino parents. I was scared that people might think something bad of it or something negative, or that I was mocking in an ill-spirited way. But the confidence that I had to go on and say, I just have to put it out there because it's something unique. People need to appreciate, and a lot of people have written that they hadn't really known much about the Filipino culture until they started watching the videos, wanted to learn more. It felt like they knew my family, felt like they knew a little bit more of the culture.
I don't know if you're aware, but there are a lot of Filipino-Americans who came over to the Philippines and made a career out of, say, acting, maybe stand-up comedy. I mean, are you looking forward to any of these?
Something more than what I'm doing now?
Yeah.
You're saying? What I'm doing now really has endless possibilities. So I'm not really like, I'm just doing this so I can get to another place, or it's just a stepping stone so I can just get out of this so I can do this. No, I feel like if anything, I've had much more opportunities doing my own thing, and so other opportunities just kind of naturally open up. And I'm not saying I'm opposed. No, I do not do TV. I do not do film. I would if a nice creative opportunity came along. I'm like, hey, and it went together.
What was your impression of the Philippines? Like, when you were in the U.S., of course, you heard stories about the Philippines.
Truthfully, when you're finding out, why are the Filipinos even leaving and then trying to, get a better life or something in America, and then you're only reading about negative news or things like that. But the point remains that growing up, you still have this lack of, you want to be reconciled with the culture and with your history, and you want to know that stuff. So yes, I will say that probably the second, third generation Filipino-Americans can also identify with my experience that you're pretty much distanced from it. Your parents just work hard in America, and then their dream is to come back or to just, and so if they had kind of an apathy towards it growing up, I could relate with it. But then as you grow older and older, there's just something that nags at you. You have to go, and it's almost a duty. And like I was telling them out there, my sister and I were planning to come, even if this thing never even happened with the Department of Tourism. We're like, we just have to come. You don't really feel complete as a person, or to know yourself fully or your identity if you don't go see the land in which your parents grew up, your heritage.
So speaking of, are you looking forward to seeing a particular Filipino thing or any peculiar Filipino?
While I'm here?
Maybe food or a place or whatever?
the
I'm sure
thing.
you've heard a lot of stories from your parents.
I just want to see some clear water. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I mean, I'm saying, can I just touch some clear water for once in my life? And the beaches I grew up around were completely black. I mean, you can't even see your hand in it when you put. But that's what I'm. It sounds so simple, but I'm like, clear water. Woo. I'm just so simple to please. I think I'm not really like. I think I'm gonna, which is gonna be a really interesting thing to vlog and to journal. People can see it for the first time really through my eyes. It's not like, I've seen beaches like this before.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I've seen, I'm sure I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna cry now. This is just a bit, you know what I mean? It's just because it's my truthful first reaction to everything. And this is perfect timing that they did this too. Landing in Manila, first time, really, that's how I feel. This is how I react, and I'm sure that people will be able to relate to it.
And also, I guess the advantage, aside from viewing it with new eyes, it's also the video blog is a very personal experience. So people can share the experience with you through your site.
That's why that medium I think is going to be effective, because it's not just a commercial thrown out on TV, not really focusing in on a relationship, almost a friendship that people feel a rapport has been built.
You started HappySlip, your video blogs in 2006, right? So when you first started this, like it wasn't really that mainstream yet, so you were like one of the first to really explore the medium. How far has it, are you surprised sometimes by the popularity of online video?
Yes. I'll be in the mall or something and everyone's like, HappySlip, somebody comes up and I'm like, huh? So it's always kind of shocking to me. You never know who's watching.
Exactly.
The different people groups that come up to me and I'm just like, but you? I mean, maybe I'd understand if Filipinos come up to me, but when you have other, colors coming up to you, you're like, you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
How about your parents? How do they feel about your videos?
They love it. My mom's helping me manage my MySpace and YouTube. She's, I deleted that one comment, the comment that talks about this and that. Like, Mom, So she watches out for like the inappropriate stuff for kids kind of thing. But I tell her, leave the stuff that is talking about the work or criticizing the work. That's fine. But she's like my policeman on there, like helping with MySpace and stuff.
It's a bit personal, but I have to ask it. Like, I'm pretty sure a lot of the fans, especially the guys, are wondering, are you like single or are you
married?
You're married, yeah. So you're, some of the fans, I mean, do they like?
Did you
sometimes have problems with like stalkers,
Well, that's why I don't talk much about it at all in the first place, just because I'm just concentrating on the work, and plus the fact that he requested not to be highlighted, and he doesn't want to. Otherwise, I would. And I have a 2-year-old son, and I don't mind saying that they exist, but he, at his request, he does not want any spotlight on them at all, and that's why you don't really see anything, or you know what I mean? Is his request.
Okay, thank you very much, Christine.
Thank you.
Thank you.